Hello all, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. In today's video, we'll be seeing the new shades of Jelly Roll which is recently released. So Sakura of Japan recently released these 13 new shades of Jelly Roll pens, which are gorgeous new shades. So I'll be doing a shade card today of these shades on both black and white paper so that you'll get to know how the shades look on each of the surface. So first of all, the shades that have been introduced are these. So in the set of browns you have this pale brown. So all these are Moonlight jelly rolls. So you have pale brown and then Van Dyke brown and yellow ochre, and then you have this Bordeaux shade which is like kind of like a magenta shade, and then there's lavender, and then you have sky blue which is a very light blue, and then ultramarine blue, and then you have this nice shade of leaf green, and then there is fresh green shade, and then a blue green kind of like an aqua shade, and then in the grays you have this light tone of warm gray, and then a warm gray, and then this greenish gray shade. So these are the 13 new shades that are available. So now let's look at this one by one on how it looks on both the white and the black paper. Okay, so I'll be starting with the shades of brown. So this is how pale brown looks like. So I'm going to be coloring it so that the shade is visible. So just like your regular jelly roll white pen, lighter the touch, the luscious the ink flows. So also like your white jelly roll, this takes some time to dry, so be careful while working on your tiles. So this is your shade of pale brown on black, and now I'll be doing the same thing on the white tile too. So notice how the same shade looks slightly different on the white as compared to the black, but these pens are fun to work with on both surfaces. So this is your pale brown. Next we'll be looking at this Van Dyke brown, which is kind of darker brown. So first on my black, so since it is a darker color, it's not very visible on the black initially, but then once the ink dries out, it gives a nice shade on the black too. Then on my white tile, Then over to the next shade, which is yellow ochre. So this is your yellow ochre. On the black. So sometimes these jelly roll pens take a bit of time for the ink to flow, so just have a piece of scrap paper handy wherein you can just something like this, roll over your pen to start the ink flowing. So have that handy, and if you feel like the ink is not flowing properly, you can just clean out your tip and get the jelly roll started. So now the same shade of ochre yellow on the white paper. Then moving on to the next set of shades, which is border and lavender. So on my black, and on my white. And then the lavender shade. So these are nice and creamy inks which flows nicely on the tiles with just a little pressure. So you can see how the shade looks differently on the white and the black paper. Now moving on to the shades of blue. So I have here my sky blue color. So on to my black. Then on my white. then this is an ultramarine blue. So this is quite dark on the black. So once the ink starts drying in, these darker shades look well on the black. So you have to just give it a few seconds for the ink to dry so that you can see the shade. And then on my white paper, oops, so this is your ultramarine, and then you have this nice leaf green shade. On my white paper, and then you have this nice shade of fresh green here. So notice here, now that the ink is dry, you can actually see those shades properly on the black tile with the black paper. So initially you might feel that the ink is not very visible or the shade is not good on black, but if you just give it a couple of seconds to dry, and then you can see how vibrant the color is. Then on my white tile, and one more shade of green, which is like this aqua blue green shade. So just a light touch and you can see how nicely the ink fills. So moving on to shades of grey now. So we'll start with this light warm grey. On my white tile. And then is your warm grey. So what we did now was light warm grey, and this is warm grey, which is slightly darker than your light tone. Paper. And now moving on to the last shade, which is a greenish grey. Green grey is what they have named as. But it's not so green also, it's like a lighter shade of grey itself. So here you go. And on my white tile. So using these jelly roll pens, the new shades, I have also worked on a couple of tiles exploring different tangle patterns. So I have posted them up on my blog, so you can head over to my blog on vandanakrishna.com. It's www.vandanakrishna vandanakrishna.com. So where you can see the tiles that I have done using these new shades of jelly roll. So here are your shades of jelly roll and how they look on both the white and black tile papers. So on the black, give it a couple of minutes to dry so that you can see the actual shade. So this green gray is still drying, so you can just make out like it's getting lighter once it dries out. So this is about the new shades of the jelly roll Moonlight pens. So Zentangle is coming up with, the ZHQ is coming up with a new project pack where they'll be exploring more of this new shades of jelly roll. So yeah, this is the shades, and I hope you like this video. Please do share and give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you like the tutorials that I make here. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.